You're tuning in to Stellar Cycles, hosted by Alina Souza
and Eva Brown. Join us weekly as we delve into the science, spirituality, and cultural significance of our feminine cycles.
Get ready to align with your natural rhythms, take charge of your patterns, and embrace a holistic approach to feminine wellness. Are all systems go?
All systems go.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Stellar Cycles. I'm Alina.
And I'm Eva.
And we are your hosts. And yeah, we're just excited to bring you another episode to wrap up our Phasic Foods series. The main topic of today's episode is winding down your cycle with luteal meals. And we want to help you girls understand why we have such intense cravings during the last part of your cycle, the luteal phase. After ovulation, your body has been using a lot of energy, as you already know is the case during the follicular and ovulatory phases, and from growing eggs in the follicles of your ovaries, growing and maintaining your uterine lining, changing your cervical mucus, and many other things we talk about, your body is starting to feel the depletion of its energy and resources at this point. It's so important to give yourself proper nourishment during this last leg of the race. Otherwise, as both Eva and I know, you can really crash and burn and have a period full of unpleasant symptoms, which is exactly why we're all on a journey to improve. So keep listening to hear all of the nutritional hacks that will keep you feeling your best during this low energy time and also prepare you to get an A on your monthly report card, which is your period.
Updates?
Yeah, Eva, go ahead. What are the updates?
So I'm not in my luteal phase. I'm in my follicular phase. As you guys know in the last episode, I was in my menstrual cycle, which was it was an A+ on my report card because I ate so well that month. This phase, I am definitely experiencing a little bit more of burnout because I am taking on so much, feeling a little bit stressed, tension in my shoulders and my stomach. But hey, we're getting through it.
Even after that massage we did last week?
Yeah, and I'm actually booking another one, hopefully tomorrow, before we go to LA, which is one of my updates. Alina's going to be joining me this time, and we're going to go see my girlfriend, Chelsea. She's always had her own business after she graduated from nursing. She's an aesthetic nurse, and at one point in LA, she was an aesthetics nurse for a lot of the celebrities and the influencers. It's been really cool to see her grow on Instagram, and now she's opening her own spot, and the decor looks amazing, so I'm really excited to go and support her.
Yeah, I can't wait. I don't even remember the last time I was in LA, but I'm really excited to go to this with you.
Yeah, I'm really excited that you're coming along with me. It's going to be so nice. Her and I will probably, work on some stellar things while we're in this car ride. Other things I've been working on lately have just been, extending my taxes, accounting, planning trips, onboarding, cooking, developing, maintaining my mental health and physical health. I honestly don't know how all of us girlies do it, especially the girlies who are moms.
Multiple people to think about, not just you.
But hey, I'm glad we're implementing these systems in our lives now. I'm so happy that I found cycle syncing because that has been helping me greatly. It's been helping me get out of my masculine energy where I was working all the time, and now I'm a lot more present and really listening to my cycles and how I feel throughout the month.
You get better at it every time, like we always talk. You get more and more in tune. You recognize more and more things.
I'm so happy you guys are along for this journey because it'll take a year, just to really understand everything. And I have a girlfriend who told me that she's listening to the episode. She's listening to them over and over again just to really grasp the information. Because just like Alina and I, when we first heard this, it wasn't something that was natural. We didn't learn this in school.
No.
Horribly. DARE class was just not enough. We got 1 hour and nothing about the period or our cycles. Something really cool that I did this week for my construction business, I went to go visit this new development. It's a multifamily here in San Diego built by Impact Housing. And they're a company that they use a modular system that gives a modern aesthetic and a lot of space for a lot less energy. Anything that's modular, you can build a lot faster with a lot less workforce or labor. So the prices are actually really affordable, but it doesn't look like it. It looks so beautiful. And of course, they're trying to help the housing market here in San Diego. So I love that mission. I was really all about it.
I mean, efficiency sounds like it, if you can make the building process easier and make the, move-in process easier, make it easier for people to live there.
Yeah.
We definitely need that in California. It's just,
they're one of the first companies I've seen that are really looking at the efficiencies of things. And you guys know that makes my heart glow. And now I'm just obsessing over this company. I'm a big fangirl of them now. My last one is the new habit that I am incorporating into my life this week has been drinking hot cocoa that's made out of pure cacao. And the reason why is because I was researching and learned that they did a study in the University of California in San Francisco. Out of everyone who drank 2 cups of hot cacao chocolate, they had double the amount of stem cells at the end of the month.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah. So I think we all need to get on that bandwagon.
Yeah. Actually, my leg wax girl, shout out to Hannah. She's the best. Cleo's Skincare. She's also an esthetician over in La Jolla. She was telling me that what she'll do is she'll get the unflavored bone broth and then she'll put cacao into that. And that's like stacking. So that's her morning drink that she's been doing.
Yes to that. Yes. Triple.
Get all of your benefits. Even put some cinnamon in there too.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I swear beverages are the best. So let's all try it for a month and see how we feel.
Yeah, I'm down.
And that's it. Those are all my updates.
Awesome. Yeah, I would try that, but I also just got my whole monthly shipment in of bone broth, and I get the lemongrass ginger pho one. So that one probably wouldn't mix too well with the cacao, but for the girlies who just do regular bone broth, that's a really great way to amp it up. Romanticize your morning.
Yeah, we need to. We deserve it.
Oh yeah, especially after all the things you've been doing.
Pray for me.
Always. And then my updates. My ovulatory phase, which I'm in, has been popping off.
I can see.
I think I ovulated today. I got a positive LH test, a really high peak yesterday, and what they usually say is it takes about a day after that LH signal is sent from your brain for your ovary to pop that little egg out. So yeah, I'm just staying safe today. But other than that, I've been all over the place, being social AF, hung out with 2 new friends that I met from the book club who will remain nameless, but you know who you are. I've had a really great time with them. One of them I went to Pilates class with, very first time doing the reformer Pilates, and it kicked my butt. I can't even tell you. It was working muscles I didn't even know I had. Really, really good workout. I'm glad she got me into that. And then we went for the harbor walk. And then last night I went out with another girlfriend over at the Brigantine Topsail Harbor area. And that was like a really nice dinner where we talked about really awesome things. So I love finding quality people and building more friendships with them. That's been my goal since I'm still kind of new in San Diego. I've only been here 2 years, but I think this year I'm actually starting to branch out, try to make more friends, and feeling a lot more settled here. And as you guys know, during your ovulatory phase, it's kind of when you're biologically the hottest because you want to attract a mate, increase your chances of conceiving. So, I mean, that checks out for me. I've had a lot more motivation to look more hot and be hot just in my everyday affairs. I have an update on my human design reading that I had this week. This awesome girl, Rebecca, she's in Austin, Texas, and she's started her own business of doing these human design readings where she just goes over your graph and explains all the things to you. And there was nothing in there that I disagreed with. I agreed with every single thing she said, and it really helped me understand the parts of me that make me and the parts of me that are my strengths, and how so much of my life I've thought that that's something that is weird about me or is something that other people don't understand. But she was like, no, you're literally here to do these things that other people aren't doing because that shows them what is possible. And I'm like, yeah, why not? I'm always trying to help other people up. Whenever people reach out to me with questions, I'm very excited to put them on to whatever they're I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm really not. I hate to say it, but I'm not a gatekeeper. I will tell you everything. But yeah, Rebecca's just so good. We will link her in the show notes. You guys need to book a session with her if you want to understand better how to use your strengths and your career path and your relationship. It's just a really, really good reading.
Because everyone's so different. And of course, I know a lot of different readings and things about you. So of course, your strengths are very expansive, very sharing based, building a community, whereas some other people might be better fit for being a little bit more siloed or going into nature by themselves or meditating, and they're going to be in their best energy and alignment if they are with themselves, right? Everyone's so different. But I want to hear what was one thing that really stood out to you.
The one thing that really stood out to me was that she showed me this little, they're called gates or channels, and she said there's this part in me that's actually very, very altruistic. And that was shocking for me to find out. But then at the same time, an altruistic means that you really care about doing things for others and how others are doing. And that's me to a fault.
Yeah, you're very much that person.
Here's an example. I'll be reading a book and I'm not even a full chapter in, and I'm like sending it to all the people that I think would benefit from it. And sometimes it's
I love doing that.
dang, Alina, just take a moment and like enjoy the thing, because sometimes I'll send it out to people and they just like, I don't need that, or they like don't even find as much of a vibe in it as I do. But I'm just constantly wanting to share the things that are helping me, because I know that there's got to be other people that need that too.
I think that's still good. Yeah. I do that all the time too, and it's something that helps me stay connected with people. And I'm sure you experience this. Sometimes people don't respond or answer or read it, but they get back to it even if it's 2 weeks later, and they'll listen to that podcast.
Or like when they need it in their life.
And it doesn't take too much from you. No. It's like just sharing a picture. I always say sharing content is a love language. I love when people share. And our days are so busy. My schedule's already stacked. So if people send me things, I'm not able to look at it until probably 2 weeks later. But I always do look at it because my friends know what I like more than anything. And I really feel like when they're sending me something, it's something I need to pay attention to. I love that about you. I hope you don't stop.
Yeah, I won't stop just because there's so much to share. Finally, my skin is not doing well, honey. But I believe it's the purging process. I'm like 2 weeks into my tretinoin and it's just like really bringing out all my bumps. Yeah. Here's the thing. When your skin is not doing well and you look around at other people whose skin looks good, it's actually unfathomable. It's like, how are these people walking around with clear skin and I'm not?
I swear I Google that sometimes. I'm like, why do I have to be like the sensitive person? Like, why can't I have friends that go out there and they eat whatever food, Burger King, they don't sleep, and their skin is just glowing. I'm so happy for them. But I'm like, why can't I have those genes too, God?
Yeah.
I was going to tell you something though. I've been taking this fiber from Remon, the skincare company that I'm obsessed with. So they do skincare, gut health, and collagen. So it's like skin and healing your skin from the inside out.
That's a really cool thing for them to do, because so many brands are either just a probiotic or just topical.
And I was reading about this fiber today because when I was in LA, I was also taking a lot of the fiber. It really helped my system. Do we talk about poop on our podcast? It's kind of gross, but I had a lot of great
part movements. Of the elimination.
Yeah. Katie would love this. Our guest from a few episodes ago, she loves talking about poop, as she would say. It really helped with movements, and I actually gave some to Chris, who was clogged up for 10 days. And
Rip.
And he completely maybe we'll bleep his name. I don't think he cares.
I don't think anyone he knows listens to this.
That's true.
Maybe when we get famous, he'll ask us to bleep it out.
So, of course, it changed his life, and he's so happy about it. And I remembered my skin did so good when I was a week in LA, and I think the fiber actually had a big thing to do with it. So now I'm taking the fiber again, and of course, I just ordered a ton, so I'm going to bring you some when it arrives.
Yes, please. I would love to try.
Yeah, we need to. I think it's an inside job.
It is an inside job. I've been drinking all the bone broth too, but it's
Are you still going to acupuncture too?
I haven't for a few weeks, just because I feel like I'm doing so much that I need to kind of keep it simple.
Yeah, I really think fiber is the way, because I was reading about online and it was cleaning out the gut to have good skin. So I feel like that's a line. Stay with us, guys, on our skincare saga.
We're going to have updates every time on the skin. It's just, it's the vanity. All girls, we want to look and feel cute. And this makes me so much more, this makes me so much more sensitive to my friends who have gone through really bad acne and skin journeys. And when you're not going through it, you're just kind of like, that sucks. I'm sorry you're going through it. But then when you're going through it, it's a totally different level of understanding.
Yes, now you can truly relate.
And the thing for me is I really do like doing makeup. But when I tell you I hate doing makeup when my skin is breaking out, because it literally makes you look like one of those crunch bars, with like... with like all the lumps and bumps. Anyway, I'm done talking myself down.
Sometimes you just make me laugh.
It's temporary. It's just temporary.
It is. And honestly, at the end of the day, I think it makes you stronger and more beautiful because then you learn how to radiate from the inside out. Obviously, you're a lot more magnetic and you're still attracting so many beautiful, high quality people through your energy, you know?
Yeah. And also like the thought process too, for me has been huge, is to think good thoughts towards my skin, be grateful for my skin being healthy and clear. And
isn't that the hardest? It's very hard to stay positive in your mind and say, I love my skin. I have beautiful skin when obviously we're not feeling that way. I'm proud of you for staying mentally strong.
Yeah. And that's just a manifesting secret that we let you in on, is that you just have to act like it's already on the way, because it is. And even though you don't see it right now, it's going to arrive because it's on the way.
Gosh, and manifesting, you can't even act like it's on the way. You have to feel like it's already here. Because if it's on the way, then that means it's always on the way. It's always around the corner.
Yeah.
As opposed to, oh, my skin's perfect now.
Yeah.
And then it manifests.
One last update before we move on to the episode is I've been reading this amazing book, Catherine Ponder, I think, and the book is Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. And it really bridges the gap between belief in God and also believing that you can have a really rich life. And rich doesn't mean like you're on private jets and yachts every day. Yeah. Every single different person has a different ideology of what it means to have a wealthy, peaceful life. That's going to look different for everyone. But the basic point of the book, and she brings forth so many Bible verses, which I love too.
I love when they do that.
And I didn't even notice how much the Bible was talking about literally how our thoughts create our world.
Yes.
And I think Proverbs or something says, for as a man thinketh within himself, so is he and his life.
Yes.
And I'm just like, there you go. And my favorite point so far, I'm only barely into the book, but my favorite point has been the laws of physics and the laws of quantum physics too, is that the mind is the bridge between the formed and unformed world. So everything happens in here before it ever happens out there.
They always say you see a dream twice. You see it once in your dreams, and then you see it once in actuality.
Oh my God, speaking of dreams, I had this insane dream about Kanye West last night.
Again?
No, that was Travis Scott.
And we don't promote him anymore.
Yeah, no, but he definitely showed up in the dream, and yeah, he was actually being very chill. I was like, maybe you could bring this vibe to real life.
You guys at his
Kanye.
church?
Yeah, actually in the woods, like a camp meeting with Kanye West.
I love that. Very energetic. Getting some grounding done in nature.
I always wake up so confused from these dreams. I'm like, what is my mind making up?
Well, that's hilarious. On that note, let's move into the episode.
Yes. So, Eva, why don't you kick us off with the luteal phase? Remind us what's happening during this phase.
So, as Alina said earlier, it starts right after you ovulate and it lasts approximately 2 weeks on average. In your first half, you're still going to have energy post ovulation. So, you guys probably experience this yourself. After ovulation, you have high energy, you feel okay still socializing, but the week before your period starts is known as PMS. And that's when you might be a little bit more moody, catch a tude, maybe not as friendly or wanting to hang out with people as much like me. You're going to notice your energy levels really just decreasing. And like we talked about in our luteal episode, this is where you really want to prioritize what you need to do, what you need to scale back on, the intensity, and what you need to say no to. So you're really practicing boundaries at this time. You want to do this so you can preserve your energy and take care of yourself because your body is doing a lot of work gearing up to put you into your menstrual phase. What's happening with the hormones?
Yeah, so quick reminder on the hormones, that wonderful roller coaster that we get taken on every single month. During the second half of your cycle in the luteal phase, the progesterone, which is the main hormone during this time, it's produced by the corpus luteum, which is the little structure on your ovary. It's formed from the follicle from which your ovulation happens, so the release of that mature egg. What progesterone does is help maintain your uterine lining and not start your period prematurely. During this time, estrogen levels are still rising because your ovaries are still making that. And of course, testosterone also rises toward the end of the phase, which can lead to an increase in acne. Yay! And like Eva said, this is really where those PMS symptoms come into play. The bloating, irritability, headaches, mood swings, and cravings.
I get so many cravings. That's my highest time for cravings is my luteal phase. Is that for you too?
Same. I get so hungry.
I love talking to my girlfriends about this. I was talking to my bestie about her. She's in her luteal phase. Joyous is in her luteal phase. It's so nice.
I love how aware everyone is becoming.
We've really tuned in, tapped in with where we're at and what we need to do. We're going to be thriving this year and 2024. So like the previous episodes, we've been focusing on food energetics, micronutrients, and your estrogen metabolism. Remember, it's all about optimizing your hormonal system. It's constantly getting disrupted and dysregulated with the lifestyle we live today by the products we have in our house, makeup, things that we eat, especially, the stress, things that we eat, like non-organic foods, especially meat, guys, buy that organic. There's so many crazy endocrine, local has better energy.
Imagine if you're buying your meat and you don't even know how long it's been dead. You know what I'm saying? That's not a vibe either.
I have a lot of things delivered, as you guys know, and I use Good Chop that has good pure meat and Butcher Box. These are all natural grass-fed, or like I said, halal. But anyways, we'll get into that later. Back to this food energetics. Oh, I wanted to talk about the stress in the society we're living in. Think of things like driving is stressful, our calendars are stressful, constant notifications are stressful. So that's why it's very important that we lean on food and these three main food focuses that we're giving you to empower your hormonal system to keep you set up, to give you that healthy egg that we keep talking about. So the foods that we're going to go over in this episode are rich in B vitamin. Gary, come.
He's the third host. He has to speak.
Come. The foods we'll go over in this episode are rich in B vitamins, calcium, magnesium, and fiber.
There you go.
Fiber always.
Yes.
Combined, they optimize the luteal phase in several ways.
Yeah, to break down those 4 pillars of luteal phase nutrition, B vitamins are really going to help you stave off those sugar cravings and also promote the progesterone production that's happening in your body. Calcium and magnesium combination is essential in mitigating the effects of fluid retention, so that bloating that you're feeling during your luteal phase. So many women experience this leading up to their period, you know, just that uncomfortable feeling in your tummy. Maybe your body is looking a little different, you know, your self-esteem kind of tanks.
Isn't it so great to know? Now you guys know if you're bloating that you guys can simply take some calcium, magnesium to help alleviate those symptoms.
Yeah, really, really good ways to get that in is leafy greens. So we'll get into that in a little bit. Fiber also, again, helps your liver and also your large intestine flush the estrogen more efficiently. Remember that your whole cycle, your body's been producing estrogen. So in order to get that estrogen dominance down, you want to really help your liver and large intestines with the detoxification and elimination process. And of course, we want to focus on healthy natural sugars. You're having sugar cravings during this time because you have that estrogen dip that happens slightly after ovulation that comes with some irritability and mood changes. An example of healthy natural sugars would be roasting and baking veggies. This is really great because doing so increases those healthy sugar concentrations in the veggies and makes them taste sweeter. And of course, complex carbohydrates. That's really going to stabilize your serotonin and dopamine in the brain to prevent mood swings. And serotonin and dopamine are really those feel-good chemicals that we all want so bad.
Proteins that you guys are going to eat during this phase will be turkey, wild-caught salmon, cod, halibut, flounder, and grass-fed beef. Extra attention to wild-caught salmon. Particularly try to buy it from Alaska. Alaskan salmon is going to be the healthiest for you. And everything else, I highly encourage buying that grass-fed or organic. For vegans, we would like to eat a lot of chickpeas and navy beans at this time. Chickpeas I love putting
some
in
good
everything.
Hummus
yes.
Too. That's a
everything.
Great one.
It's my go-to snack with some carrots or whatever veggies that we're going to let you guys know that are good for your system. Nuts and grains will be brown rice, millet, sunflower seeds. Throw that in your salads, on your toast, in everything. Sesame, pine nuts.
Pine nuts are so good.
Yeah,
now, they are a little more pricey when you get them at the store. It's At least here in California, it's like $8 for a little tub of it. But
so expensive.
Man, is it so good.
Yeah, they're worth it. Especially if you roast them beforehand, let the flavors come out. Walnuts are some of my favorite. And also if you eat a handful of walnuts every day, it keeps your brain active. Also just like lubricated. Those healthy fats help protect your brain as well. It's also known to prevent Alzheimer's or to be something that can potentially prevent Alzheimer's.
Which is like a no-brainer, pun intended, because the walnuts, they're shaped like a brain.
I know, I love.
So cool. It has like the little folds in it and everything. Moving on to vegetables. Think about vegetables that lie close to the ground because we really want to ground down at this time. And examples are cabbage, cauliflower, celery, cucumber, collard greens, mustard greens. Those are the types of leafy greens that are really going to help with that calcium-magnesium combination we just talked about and also reduce the bloating that you're feeling. Onion, parsnip, pumpkin, radish, squash, potatoes, sweet potato. I mean, you could go ham with all of the options here. And of course, they're like very harvest fall type of foods, which the luteal phase is like the autumn, the fall of your cycle.
And I want to lean in on the importance of buying all of these that she listed organic, especially the leafy ones, because they're primed to have a lot more pesticides. The only one on this list that I know that would be okay to not purchase organic would be the onion.
Yeah, 100%.
And maybe the pumpkin.
Probably pumpkin, because you don't eat like the rind of the pumpkin.
And I know normally on the Dirty Dozen list, potatoes and sweet potatoes aren't on it, but in Women Code, I read she really recommends buying those organic.
Yeah, because the skin on them isn't very thick. So they're probably going to let through some of the pesticides and stuff if that's something that's used. And, you know, the things like cabbage, cauliflower, celery, those are really great estrogen metabolism and liver detoxifying foods. They're really going to help keep that estrogen moving out of your body. Moving on to fruits, some more fall harvest fruits examples would be apple, date, raisins, if you're into that, peach, and pear.
Are you not into raisins?
No.
What?
That was like the struggle snack of my childhood.
Are you serious? Girl, it's like so tiny. It's like delicious. A little wilted grape.
No, and it's always like what the super healthy old people would give you instead of like candy.
Ah, true.
Whereas like the dope grandmas in the church would give you like, you know, those strawberry candies that no one ever knows where you buy them. Those are awesome.
Yeah, your parents like purse candy.
Oh my gosh, the purse candy is the best. That's the only way they got us to act right in church for a while.
True. We accept bribes.
And moving on from fruits, we have some extras thrown in here that are kind of a miscellaneous category. Burdock root and dandelion root, if you get some of that in tea form, I know that you can find that in the health stores. It's really, really good for liver detox. Our personal favorite, red raspberry leaf tea. It really helps prepare for your period and also alleviate cramps.
Sure does. Also, milk thistle is really great for liver detox. So add that in there too. Take a multivitamin.
Ginger, always dark chocolate for mood. You know, if you feel your mood tanking and you really want some chocolate, go for the dark chocolate.
I'm doing it for my stem cells.
Yeah, there you go. The cacao. It all just comes together full circle. Peppermint and spearmint is really good during this time. Whether you throw some mint leaves into a smoothie or just brew it into a tea, it helps decrease testosterone, stabilize your hormones again, helps with hormonal acne. I've actually seen drinking spearmint tea as a tip in acne Reddits for a long time.
Helps with digestion. I'm sure it's really helped clean your system. And also, you guys could use the oil too. You can put the oil on your skin and it has the same effect. Organic oil, guys. Organic.
And finally, spirulina. It's so good. I love the blue vibes, but my esthetician, Hannah, also told me that it can exacerbate acne if you are sensitive to food-prompted skin conditions.
You gotta test things out.
Yeah, just test things out, you know, see how how it affects you.
If your girlfriend has spirulina pills, maybe like ask her for 14 of them and try them for 2 weeks and see what happens.
And another thing my esthetician says, it's actually really quick to see if food is affecting you because usually within 48 hours, you will have a breakout if your body doesn't like it.
Yeah, if I drink coffee, I'll break out within 2 days, like clockwork.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because I've kind of been helping myself to more coffee. You know, when you like go out with people, you're like, oh, let's do coffee. So maybe that's kind of not really helping my skin.
Literally one cup of coffee. I know immediately if I drink it, I'll get a breakout. Again, it's okay. So I really like the taste of coffee. Sometimes I'm okay with the pimple. Now we're going to give you guys some sample luteal meals that you can start incorporating to help make your final week of your cycle less irritating, painful, and therefore lead to a better period. I'll start off with breakfast, and some good examples would be brown rice cake with some almond butter on top. Get a little creative by adding some fruit. So for example, apples and pears are great during your luteal phase. So throw those on there. Continue stacking the nutrients by throwing on some cinnamon and date syrup. I love the date syrup.
Or sometimes I'll actually rip up the dates and put them on top with that. Have I made you the brown rice cake thing when you've been over here?
No, but I would love to have it next time.
Okay, maybe.
And something that I've really been loving lately has been sweet potato toast. You just take sweet potato, cut it into like the longest way that it is, and then you cut it into slices. Lay it out on a pan, bake it in the oven. I think I put it on 425 for like
that's around the
30 minutes-ish.
I do.
It makes the house smell so good, so do it before guests come over. And then I'll put it in a Ziploc bag, and then I use that for about 3 days. Use that as your toast, and then you can throw in some turkey bacon or even almond butter and apples and pears as well.
Some toasted walnuts.
Yeah. Oh, yum. Yes. I've also done the sweet potato toast with eggs too. Eggs and avocado as well.
Yeah. Eggs are just good, I think, all throughout the cycle.
Yeah, always. They're a superfood.
Yeah.
What about lunches?
Lunch, you could do like a potato leek soup. Oh, I love it. My mom would make it all the time. You know, you just boil it all together and then mash it up into this creamy consistency. It's just so good. You can't get enough. And another lunch option could be roasted roots like parsnips, potatoes, and also put that into a greens bowl with hard-boiled egg like you like.
I do love a good hard-boiled egg. I also like that meal a lot because I feel like it's super easy. You can cut up the vegetables really quickly, throw it in the oven, and walk away.
Yes.
And you know those are my type of meals.
Yeah, something you don't have to stand over the stove and watch it. Dinner, you could grill some salmon, some of that wild caught Alaskan salmon with some brown rice and also Parmesan cauliflower. Yeah. That sounds really good. You know, just give that cauliflower a little flavor. And this is a new one I saw, pear and kale pizza.
Yeah, that
for
sounds
more
tasty.
Vegetarian option. You could throw some, you could maybe even throw some chickpeas on there for some crunch.
You guys can make it on cauliflower pizza crust, which Costco has a great one that has really good ingredients in it. Buy a 2-pack or make it yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yum. Have some people over. Have a little put together your own pizza night. Yeah.
Guys, please do that. Have your friends over and cook great phasic meals. We're here to see it.
Yeah, spread the good word. Snacks. During this time, like we said, you're going to be hungrier. You're going to have cravings. So these are a must. After you ovulate, your metabolism actually increases 100 to 300 calories a day. So just make sure you're going for nutritional filling snacks. We know that other things will be so tempting. They usually are for me, but really sticking to those filling nutritional snacks will stave off those sugar cravings and hunger that you're experiencing. For example, seed cycling protein bites. You can look up some recipes for these online and maybe we'll post one. And this is according to this phase nuts and grains. So you could make them with walnuts and dates, you know, to kind of hold it together. Maybe some sunflower seeds, too. Sesame seeds would be bomb. Or a green smoothie that will also help your liver out a lot during this time to keep things moving and just a really healthy option.
All of that sounds delicious. I can't wait to see what you guys cook, and you can tag us on Instagram at any time. Thank you guys so much for being with us during this episode of our luteal phase. Check out our graphics this week on Instagram as we will be posting different recipes, and maybe if you're feeling adventurous, you can try 1 or 2 of them out and tag us.
Yeah. We encourage every girl that experiences getting her period to try red raspberry leaf tea. You can drink it during both your luteal and menstrual phases, and trust us, it helps. It's helped me a lot. The way that it works is since the uterus is a muscle, and when you're experiencing cramps, that muscle is just, you know, cramping to try to squeeze all of the lining out. Red raspberry leaf tea helps to tone that muscle and reduce cramping and pain that comes with menstruation.
Isn't it so interesting too how different parts of the plant are good for different things? So the raspberries might be good for one element, but what we're speaking about is actually the leaf of the plant that we need those nutrients from.
It's so amazing. Like nature really comes in clutch with all the remedies.
Yeah, you guys have all the medicine in your backyard. If this episode was enlightening to you, we really, really, really would appreciate it if you guys share it with your girlfriends, coworkers, parents, your family. If you're feeling extra generous, drop a review, hit a 5-star, write some words, don't write some words, but the 5-star we would greatly appreciate.
Yeah, we would love that. Since we are not running ads yet, I think that's really the only thing we ask of you guys is to review us and let us know if this is helping.
Give us like a little dopamine hit, you know?
Yeah,
like we don't ask for much. We just want a little bit of like extra dopamine.
Yeah, that'll never hurt. You know, it's the type of world we live in today. We all need the extra dopamine. This is it for our Phasic Foods series. We hope you got something new to take with you into your lifestyle. And as always, may we all achieve a painless, symptom-free cycle. For next time, we've got some surprising episodes, so just hang in there and keep listening.
Yay! Thanks, everyone.
All right, we're out.
We're out. Blast off.
This show is intended for inspiration and entertainment and is not meant to replace your physician's medical advice.
Music by Moon Blue. Content by Alina and Eva. Produced by Joyous Heron.
You can find more on our Instagram at Stellar Cycles Pod.
Thanks for joining us on this stellar journey. See you next time.